the continuation of the previous lecture, how to represent any signal graph with sum of basic signals such as impulse, unit step, and unit ramp. Okay, so for example, to say, take this example, this is P, 0, sorry, this is, let us say, 2, 0, 4, 6, 8, 10, so this is 2, 4, 6, exactly. So I want to represent this x of t with sum of del of t, u of t, and r of t, some of these basic signals. So what is the procedure? So there is a procedure for this. So first I will explain the procedure. Okay. So first what we have to do is first identify the signal change points where the signal is changing. Okay, you have to identify the signal change point. So from minus infinity to 2, from minus infinity to 2, this is 0, at exactly at a t equal to minus 2, this is minus 2, exactly t equal to minus 2, it changes to some straight line. Okay, this is changes. So here signal changing point, this is one signal changing point. Okay, I'll represent with another color. So this is signal changing point. Okay, next, and minus 2 to 0, it is, okay, it is straight line, but exactly at t equal to 0, it changes to, at exactly t equal to 0, it changes to this horizontal line. Okay, so this is the signal changing point, signal is changed. Okay, next, at t equal to 4, it changes to some vertical line, signal changing point. 4 to 6, it is constant, at exactly t equal to 6, changes to some vertical line. Okay, again it is constant up to 8, and downwards changes, constant up to 10, again it changes downwards, 0. Okay, actually 0. So these are the signal changing points. Okay, identify the signal changing points, this, this, this. So these are signal changing points. T equal to minus 2, t equal to 0, t equal to 4, t equal to 6, t equal to 8, t equal to 10. Okay, the next step is, the next step is calculate the slopes of these straight lines. Okay, so for example, here minus 2, this is the line, this is the line, minus 2 to 0. What is the slope of this? So this is increasing. Okay, so this is increasing line. Okay, so it has positive slope. So what is y width here? This y width is 2, and the x width is also 2. So what is the slope? 2 by 2, 1. So this is increasing signal, so that is why it has positive slope, that is 1. I will represent slopes with circles. Okay, positive 1, and 0 to 4, this is the line, this has slope 0, horizontal line has slope 0, but for vertical lines you don't need to represent the slopes. Okay, they have infinity, you don't need to represent. Then 4 to 6, we have 0 slope, and then 6 to 8, we have 0 slope, and 8 to 10 we have 0 slope, okay, and 10 to infinity we have 0 slope. So this is the second step. Next, the third step, we have to write the equation at these signal change points, okay. So I'll explain here. And for this line, this is horizontal line, 0 slope, okay. So we have to write uh, uh, we, mm, yes, we have to write the equation at signal changing points, okay. This is -2. So first we have to calculate slope difference, okay. What is the slope difference? Slope difference is final slope minus initial slope. For this -2 point, final slope is this +1. This is the final slope and this is the initial slope 0. So calculate the slope difference. Slope difference is 1 minus 0, 1. So slope difference is 1. Then if slope difference exists, if slope difference is not 0, then ramp signal exists. How to write the ramp signal? That is, at t equal to minus 2, we are writing the equation. So, and that too, the signal is a ramp signal. So we have to write r of t plus 2. At t equal to -2 signal, we are writing the equation. So we have to write r of t plus 2, and what we have to multiply with this. So the slope difference. Here 1 is there, here 0 is there. What is the slope difference? Final slope minus initial slope, that is 0. 1 minus 0, 1. So this is the slope difference. Next signal change point, 0. So at 0, what is the slope difference? Here we have 0, final slope 0, and initial slope is +1. What is the slope difference? 0 minus 1, minus 1. So minus 1 is a non-zero. So we have ramp exist. So at t equal to 0, we have ramp exist, and slope difference is -1. So -1 r of t plus 0, r of t only. And at t equal to 4, next signal change point. So at t equal to 4, we have to calculate the slope difference. Here the final slope is 0. This is the final slope, and the initial slope is also 0. 0 minus 0, 0. So there is no slope difference. So if slope difference is not there, then you have step exist. And how much step we have to write? So how much change that step has? So here the step is increasing. So that is why how many units it is increasing? The step size is 2 to 4. So this 2 to 4 is 2 units. So that is why we have to write the step size as 2, and the signal is u, that is the step signal, and the we are writing this equation at t equal to here 4. So that is why t minus 4, okay. So, and the next one is at t equal to 6, next signal changing point, t equal to 6, and calculate the final slope minus initial slope. This is the final slope 0, and this is the initial slope 0. 0 minus 0, 0. So you have step exist, and what is the step size? Step size is this one. So that too, this is increasing. So what is the step size? 6, 4, 4 to 6. This is 2 units. 2 units step exist, and at t equal to 6. So that is t minus 6. Next signal changing point is 8. So at 8 we have to write, but at 8 we have final slope is 0 and initial slope is also 0. Slope difference is 0. So the step exists, and how many units step? Here to here the step is decreasing. How many units decreasing? 2 units. Decreasing step represented with -2 times this is step at t equal to 8, that is u of t minus 8, okay. The next signal changing point is 10. Here also the final slope is 0, and initial slope is also 0. So final slope minus initial slope is 0. So slope is 0, so the step exists. And what is the step size? Here 4 to 0. This length is 4 to 0. This length is 4 units, and this 4 units is decreasing. Okay, this is decreasing. That is why we have to write minus 4. And the step exists u of, and at t equal to 10 we are writing that is u of t minus 10. That's it. These are the signal changing points. We have written at each signal changing point the equation. So this is the equation. That's it. Okay. So I will write down each and every step in the next slide. Then you can copy. So procedure. To write uh, to represent, I would say represent. Procedure to represent any signal with the sum of basic signals such as del of t, u of t, and r of t. Okay. The first point I discussed is first point, identify the signal change points. Identify the signal change points. Second, calculate the slopes. And third, calculate the slope difference at each signal change point. Okay, so in this we have first point in 3. So if slope difference exists, that is non-zero, then ramp exists at that signal change point. Second, if slope difference doesn't exist, that is 0, then step exists with step size of how much step size of how many steps it has changed. Okay, so I will give you some examples. First one, 0, say minus 2 plus 2. This is x of t. What is the procedure? First identify the signal change point. Okay, minus infinity to 2. This is 0. At t equal to minus 2, it changes to this. So this is the signal change point. And next, at t equal to 0, it has changed to this way. This is the signal change point. At t equal to, it is changed to 0. So this is the signal change point. Three signal change points. So we have to write equations at these three signal change points. And let us say this amplitude is, let's say 4. Okay. And calculate the slopes. So the slope of this line, this horizontal line is 0. The slope of this line is, this is increasing signal. So we have positive slope. And what is the slope? So this x length, this y length is 4, and this x length is 2. So y by x is the slope. 4 by 2 is a 2. So this is the slope. And the next line, this is a decreasing line, this one. So for decreasing line, we have negative slope. And what is that slope? This length is 2, this vertical length is 4. 4 by 2, 2. But this is decreasing line, so we have minus to the slope. And for this line, horizontal line has slope 0. So we have calculated the slopes, and we have to write equations at signal changing points. Okay, so signal changing point at t equal to minus 2, we have to write. So to write the equation at signal changing point, we have to calculate the slope difference. What is the final slope here? 2. Initial slope 0. So slope difference is 2 minus 0, 2. So ramp exists. So ramp exists means 2 times of r of at t equal to minus 2. We have to write t plus 2. Next, at t equal to 0, we have final slope is minus 2. Initial slope is 2. So slope difference is minus 2 minus 2. So minus 4 is the slope difference, and slope difference exists. So ramp exists r of t at t equal to 0. Next, at t equal to 2 is the signal change point. Final slope is 0 and initial slope is minus 2. So 0 minus of minus 2 plus 2. Slope difference exists. So ramp exists. That is r of at t equal to 2. So that is r of t minus 2. Okay. This is x of t represented as the sum of basic signals. This r of t. Here only r of t. The next question, next one is say this is x of t rectangular pulse. Let's say minus 4 plus 4. Okay, let us say this one is some 8 randomly given. Okay, so first part we have to do, identify the signal change point. Okay, minus infinity to minus 4, we have 0, and at exactly t equal to minus 4, it changed to this. So this is the signal change point. And minus 4 to 0, it is constant, and 0 to 4 also constant. So at t equal to 0, it has not changed. So this is not signal change point. T equal to 0 is a non-signal change point. It's constantly moving. And at t equal to 4, it is changed to 0. So this t equal to 4 is the signal change point. We have only two signal change points at t equal to minus 4 and at t equal to 4. So we have to write equations at t equal to minus 4 and t equal to 4. And next, the next step is calculate the slopes. This line has 0, this line also has 0, this line also has 0. The slopes are zeros for horizontal lines, and we have to write the equations at signal change points. So I'm writing at this point. At t equal to minus 4, the slope difference, final slope is 0, The initial slope is also 0. Slope difference doesn't exist, so step exists, and we have to write the step. So that is 8 unit step exists. This is 8 units. So that too, this is increasing. Increasing step means plus 8. 8 times of u of t, but at t equal to minus 4, that is u of t plus 4. At t equal to 0, t equal to 0 is not a signal change point because it is not changing, it is constant, minus 4 to plus 4. At t equal to 4, at t equal to 4, the slope difference is 0 minus 0. Again it is 0, so step exists, but here this is the decreasing slope downward. So how many units? 8 units. That is decreasing step means minus 8 times of u of t equal to 4. That is t minus 4. That's it. U of t plus 8 into u of t plus 4 minus u of t minus 4. Okay. And whenever I give this kind of signal, sometimes minus t by 2 to plus t by 2. This is rectangular signal, rectangle of t by t. Okay. How can you write some a? This is a times of u of t plus t by 2 minus u of t minus t by 2. Okay, can easily write this. Next one is third problem. These are straight lines. This point is 8. So this is x of t. So first identify the signal change points. So minus infinity to minus 2, we have 0. So this is the signal change point, and this is going this way, and at t equal to 0 it is changed. So this is the signal change point and going, and t equal to also signal change point changed to 6, then constant, and then changed t equal to 4, signal change point constant, then changed 6, constant, then changed 4, and then here also changed to 0. Okay, and write the slopes. 0, this line slope is 4 units y-axis, 2 units x-axis. So y by x, 4 by 2, 2, and it is increasing signal. So this is increasing signal, that's why plus 2. This is horizontal line 0, horizontal line 0. This is horizontal line 0. This is also 0. But this line is not horizontal line. So this has slope and decreasing signal, this one. So negative slope. What is the slope? This length is 1 and this length is 4. This length and this length are same, 4. So 4 by 1, 4. And what is the slope? 4, but it is decreasing signal, so that is why minus 4 is the slope. And this is the horizontal line, it says 0 is the slope. Now write down the equation. at t equal to minus 2. The final slope is 2, initial slope is 0. So 2 minus 0 is 0, 2 minus 0 2. So 2 times of ramp signal exists, r of t plus 2. Next at t equal to 0, slope difference is 0, minus 2, minus 2. So ramp exists, r of at t equal to 0, t, and at t equal to 2. This is t equal to 2, change it to 4 to 6. 4 to 6, how many units? 2 units. And this is increasing. So increasing means step exists. How many units? 2 units. At t equal to 2, u of t minus 2. At t equal to 4, again this is step increased. How many units increased? This units is 6 to 8. This is 2 units. So 2 units step increased, u of t minus 4. Next t equal to 6. T equal to 6 also slope difference is 0. And but this is decreased. How many units? 8 to 6. 2 units decreased. So that is minus 2 times of u of t minus 6. T equal to 6. And at t equal to 7. So this is important. At t equal to 7, we have decreasing step. Okay. First write the decreasing step. How many units it is decreased? This is 6 to 4. 6 to 4 means 2 units decreased. Okay. I should not write this circle here. So 2 units decreased. So minus 2 times of u of t minus 7 at t equal to 7. And at the same time, the decreasing step is there. At the same time, the slope difference also there at t equal to 7, because the final slope is minus 4, and at t equal to 7, this is the initial slope at t equal to 7, 0. Okay, so I will write another color. So this 0 is the initial slope, and this minus 4 is the final slope for t equal to 7. Okay, so what is the slope difference? Minus 4 minus 0, that is minus 4 is the slope difference. If slope difference exists, ramp exists. So what is the ramp? R of at t equal to 7 exists, so r of t minus. So at t equal to 7, we have two signals, that is r of t and u of t. And at t equal to 7, that is why u of t minus 1, r of t minus 7. This step is decreased by 2 units, that is why minus 2. And this ramp has slope minus 4. Difference, the slope difference is minus 4. That is why minus 4 times r of t minus. And one more signal change point is there, that is 8. Okay. So t equal to 8. What is the slope difference? Final slope is 0. Initial slope is minus 4. Slope difference is 0 minus of minus 4. That is plus 4. And the slope difference exists, that is where ramp exists. What is ramp? R of t, and at t equal to 8 means r of t minus 8. That's it. This is the signal. Okay, very simple. If you follow my procedure, this is very simple. Okay, I will give one more example. Fourth one. Okay, this is x of t at 0. Let's say minus 2, minus 3. This is plus 2. Let us say this is plus 3. this is plus 4. Let's say this point is plus 5, or let's say this is plus 6, and then these points, say the difference I'll give. Okay, this is, let us say, these points 2, 4, 6 and 10. Okay, this is the signal given. You have to write as a sum of basic signals. Same procedure. First identify the signal change point. Minus infinity to minus 3. We don't have any change, but at t equal to minus 3 it is changed. T equal to minus 3 is the signal change point. Same. Again minus 2 is the signal change point. This is constant, but at t equal to 0 it has not changed. Same constant. Okay. At t equal to 2 it has changed, and at t equal to 3 it has changed, and at t equal to 4 it has changed, but at t equal to 6 it has not changed. Okay, t equal to 6 is not a signal change point because the signal is not changed, it is constant, straight line. Okay, not changed, not a signal change band. This is not a signal change point. Okay, important, this one is important. 6 is not a signal change point, so we don't need to write the signal at 6, t equal to 6. And then the next step is calculate the slopes. This is 0, this is 0, this is 0, 0, 0, but this has slope. What is the slope? So to calculate the slope I have given this 6 line. Okay, this width is 2, x width, and y width, this width is 4. So write like this. Okay, this width is 4, this width is 2. Okay, slope is 2. So I would write the slope 2, 4 by 2, because it is increasing signal, it has plus 2. If it is decreasing signal, uh, you represent the decreased signals with minus slope. Okay, so we have calculated all the slopes, and what we need to write, what we need to do next. So we have to write the equation at these signal change points. Okay, at t equal to minus 3 we don't have any slope difference. Final slope is 0, initial slope is 0, no slope difference, so only step exists. And how many units I have not given here, let us say 1. Okay, so 1 unit step is increased, so this is increasing, that is why 1 unit, that is u of t plus 3. Next, at t equal to minus 2 also signal change point, but how many steps it is increased? One step, 1 to 2 increased one step, so u of t equal to minus 2, that is why u of t plus 2. Next, t equal to 0 is not a signal change point, t equal to 6 also not a signal change point. And t equal to 2, what happens? Again step exists. Why? With this there is no slope difference, so how many units? 2 to 4. So this point is 2, this point is 4, so 2 to 4, 2 units, 2 units of step, u of t minus 2 at t equal to 2. Okay, next, t equal to 3, again step, increasing step, this is increasing step. How many steps? 4 to 6, so this is 6, 4 to 6 is 2 units, there is 2 units, u of t minus 3, t equal to 3. After t equal to 3, t equal to 4, t equal to 4 is also signal change point, but at t equal to 4, what is the slope difference? The slope difference is, final slope is 2, initial slope is 0, so the slope difference is 2 minus 0, 2, so that is slope difference 2, So ramp exists. If the slope difference exists, ramp exists. What is the ramp? R of t, but it is not at t equal to 0, it is t equal to 4. So that is R of t minus 4. And at t equal to 6 is not a signal change point, so you don't need to write the equation at t equal to 6. So that's it. This is the signal. Okay. You just follow the procedure you can write for any signal. Okay. Try to solve all the previous gate questions uh, from this area, then you will get some idea. You just need to follow the steps I have given. Okay, that's it.